Hey family, thank you for coming back and tuning in again. So, for this video, I'm so excited because this has been 3 years in the making. I have had these videos saved since 2023, before getting ready to come out here, and I documented those moments and was just waiting for the right time to share with all of you. And so now we will get to finally share that with you. And so, yeah, I hope you enjoy. Buckle up and let's go for another ride. Hello, everyone. So, my brother and sister in the Lord, Trevin and Shelby Johnson, they reached out to me and they gave me a tremendous idea for, for the biggest trip of my life thus far. And, and I was like, yeah, I definitely got to do that and everything. And so here we are, September the 7th, day one, 2 days before we leave for the UK. And so me and my parents, and this is my first time ever traveling outside of America. So I'm super excited because this trip is tied to ministry. It's tied to love and all that God has been doing for me all this year. And so last year, I actually made a vision board, for 2022. And here it is. Excuse my handwriting. And the word, that God gave me for 2022 was breakthrough. And, and it was almost every single thing got answered here on the vision board. Trip to London. I didn't know why I put that on there. I almost took that off, y'all. But everything, the only thing that didn't come to fruition was the trip to London, but everything else did, Well, actually, the apartment, they came this year too. But I was in the process of it at the end of last year and everything. But yeah, love, everything. Yeah. But so now the trip to London is getting ready to come to fruition, a year later. But, y'all, I'm just so excited, There's so much that's happened all throughout this year. I just, I decided to fast from Instagram, like my personal Instagram, and until we got ready to leave for the trip. And, we thought that we would leave in March, but, God had other plans, and a delay is not a denial. And, so now we're off 9 months. God has been putting this together. He introduced me to the most wonderful woman in the world, who I love so dearly. Michelle, I can't wait till you see this and everything. But yeah, a love story that sound like a movie, but this reality is something that only God could do. And he introduced me to the love of my life. Here she lives in the UK and I'm here in the US. But God, he knew, that he would bring us together. And, her and I have been in a relationship for 9 months now. And, but this is getting ready to be our first time seeing each other in person, and, it is, I can't wait for the world to hear about our story. It sounds crazy to some unless, we begin to share what God did and everything. And, you know, and those who have been involved in part of our story, our close friends, our relatives, you know, our loved ones that know our story, you know, like they were scratching their heads at first until they, you know, they start to see like, wow, this, you know, this really is God. And some of them, they just like, okay, like, wait a minute, like there may be more to this love story of y'all's. And so, you know, 9 months, like I said, I thought we would be out there in March, because me and her and I, we started dating in November 26th to be exact. And yeah, we just made it to 9 months at the end of last month on the 26th, which was August. And yeah, now we are here in September. And I remember just, it was the frustrations that went into, like, you know, like not knowing if I would be able to see her this year, and you know, and just you know, had some setbacks financially, some mishaps on my end, like with taxes. If you don't know what you're doing with your taxes, go to a professional. Go to a professional. But anyway, so that's what I learned. That's one of the a key things that I learned this year. But anyways, and so, you know, I was just the not knowing if this trip would, you know, come to be, if it would happen this year, if it would happen ever. But God knew, you know, and yeah, this is just the beginning, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. But I will show you. I got my bags packed, and oh, matter of fact, like, yeah, so I'm in my answered prayer of 2022 now. Moved here in January and everything. Finally got some couches. But yeah, so I have to show y'all something important, and which is why she cannot see this video right now. She absolutely can't see this video until the big day. But got everything packed already, but can't forget this. Definitely can't forget this. And because when I go out there, I will be proposing. And the thing that God, you know, showed me, God showed me a few months ago, no, like last month, was, you know, it take 9 months for the baby to be delivered. 9 months, that's when the baby comes. And that's why, you know, he had to push back the trip, and here we are now. The baby is getting ready to be delivered, you know, and we'll leave on September the 9th, and we'll make it there September the 10th, and I finally get to see the love of my life. But here it is, day one. Stay tuned. Alrighty, so we got our tickets, and now we're getting ready to just relax at our gate before until it's time for us to go. Whew, it's already been a day already. So my parents, we thought we had a scare. My dad, while he was you know, putting his bags through the security and everything, he thought he misplaced his passport and ticket, and so everybody was freaking out, and we were looking for it and everything. But then next, you know, we noticed that my mom had it the whole time, and so it was all good. You know, it just shows it's our first time, you know, traveling international and stuff, and so, but yeah, but we'll get ready to board the plane in another hour, so we'll just be relaxing and everything until then. And we need to, because it's been a day, like I said already. But all right. Oh, and it's September the 8th, by the way. No, sorry, September the 9th. And so, alrighty, next time y'all will be seeing me is possibly when we get on the plane. And yeah, so till then, talk to you soon. All right, so we're just chilling, my parents and I, until it's time to board the plane. And yeah, next stop is London. So yeah, when we get on the plane, I'll make another short video if I can. But yeah, talk to y'all later.
3, 2, 1.
Wow, what an awesome journey and just awesome adventure that time was, and just reliving it was truly a blessing. And you know, I feel like it was just yesterday, but yeah, it was special on so many facets. But you know, giving you guys a snippet of what made that time special, it was truly blessing and an honor for me. The fact that my parents and I, it was our first time ever leaving the country. It was a time where it was my parents' anniversary, and so we got to celebrate their anniversary here in England, and I got to propose to my now wife after meeting each other face to face for the first time. And so, but yeah, if you guys, you know, just keep coming. You know, there's plenty of things that that we'll share, and as time go on. And my biggest desire is to, you know, make you feel like you're here with me. And in every adventure we go on, I want you guys to feel like you're here as well. And so thank you once again, and see you next time.